Hi everyone, it's Jonathan with NimbleHost, and I just wanted to take a few minutes and make a quick video for you addressing the most common questions that we're seeing in regards to the seyDesign CDN shutdown that's going to be occurring at the end of this month, December 31st, 2014. So I'll follow through, or I'll list, go through the most common questions that we're getting, address those for you, and just hopefully help make this transition as smooth as possible. So the most common question we get is, what is a CDN? So a CDN is short for Content Delivery Network. In concept, it's very, very similar to your regular web hosting account. The only difference being really that the files for your website are stored in multiple locations all across the globe. And the benefit is that if you have someone in Asia or Australia or whatever the case may be who's accessing your website, chances are there's a location that's very close to them and they can download those files. They can view your website. It'll load much faster for them. Great, fantastic thing to have, especially if you have a large international audience spread all across the globe. If you are hosting locally and all of your visitors are local, you won't see as much as a benefit. But still, it's a fantastic thing to have. A lot of large companies, in fact, probably most large companies, their websites are hosted on CDNs now. So that's what a CDN is. Adam Merrifield, the original founder of seyDesign, decided to put some core theme files on a CDN. And by doing so, he was able to update the theme files, fix bugs, add new features, and because most of the things that he needed to do were just with a few core files, then he could put those files on the CDN, and then whenever he needed to update everything, he could do it right there. Everyone was accessing those files, and so they all got those updates automatically, which is really, really great. The only problem, and this actually did happen in the first version of the seyDesign CDN, is that if the CDN goes down, if for whatever reason it stops working, hackers get at it and they take the network down or whatever the case may be, then those files are not accessible anymore. And even though your web hosting account might be in perfect working order, some aspect of your website might not be working like it should be. A menu might be broken, or the slideshow isn't working, or whatever the case may be. And that's something that we decided when we took over the seyDesign brand late last year, that we didn't want anyone to have to deal with that. And we made the decision to turn the CDN off again this month, December 31st, 2014. So that's a little bit of background about what a CDN is, why it was originally put in use by Adam Merrifield, the original founder of seyDesign, and then why we've decided to shut it down. So with the CDN getting shut down, that means that you're not going to be able to access those core theme files when it is shut down. And so that means that you're going to have to update your seyDesign themes if you're affected. Okay, and that's the first, or the second question that we get actually is, how do I know if I'm affected by this change? So if you purchase a seyDesign theme in 2014, then most likely you don't need to do anything. And the reason why is because we just made this decision to retire the CDN late last year when we were taking over the seyDesign brand, and we updated all affected seyDesign themes at the very beginning of the year, and even a couple even before then. So by very, very early in 2014, the first couple of weeks of January, all the affected seyDesign themes were updated. So if you purchased a theme, a seyDesign theme in 2014, and you've used it to publish a website, in most cases you're going to be good to go. You'll still want to check just to make sure, but in most cases you should be fine. However, if you purchased a theme from 2012 to 2013, you will most likely need to install an update. So if you purchased in 2012, 2013, you published a website with it, and you haven't really touched it since, or even if you have, let's say you have updated it even earlier sometime this year, but you haven't updated the theme itself, then most likely the theme that you're using is using some, or accessing those CDN files, and it needs to be updated so that when the CDN is shut down at the end of this month, your site will continue to work smoothly. If you purchased a theme earlier than that, back in 2011, again, in most cases, you probably won't be affected because themes at that period of time were not using the CDN. So again, 2014, 2011, in most cases, the CDN shutdown shouldn't be affecting you. If you purchased in 2012 to 2013 and you haven't updated your theme already to the latest version released earlier this year, then you'll need to download and install the latest update for your theme. So at this point, when I explain, this whole scenario, the next question we get is, well, how do I know what version of theme that I have and if I have the latest version installed or not? So if you visit the main documentation portal that we have, it's located at docs.nimblehost.com. nimblehost.com. Then you'll see very prominently on that page a link to several articles specifically addressing the CDN shutdown for seyDesign, and you'll see a list of all the themes that have been updated and their version numbers. So you'll want to visit this website, click on that article link. Again, it's very prominent, one of the first things you're going to see on the page. And you'll see a list of the affected seyDesign themes and what they've been updated to. You'll then want to check the versions of the seyDesign themes installed on your computer. And you may not know how to do that, but no problem, because we've got you covered there as well. If you visit the seyDesign website, seyDesign.com, and you navigate to the support section and you click on the FAQ page, or the frequently asked questions page, we have a specific question, a specific article addressing how to determine what version of theme that you're using. And so you'll want to go here, you'll want to go through that article. We've got a screenshot, we've got steps to show you what you need to do exactly to find out what version that you have. So make a note of that theme version that you're using, compare that to the list of updated themes at the documentation portal, and you'll know then if you're using the latest version or not. And if you do need to update, you can get the latest version. This is the next question that we get from people, is how do I get the latest version of my theme? You can always use your original download links to get the latest version of your theme at any time. You don't need to have us issuing you a new download link or anything. Just if you've made a note of it, or even if you haven't, you can look up your order. But the only issue that you may run into when you're using your original download links is if you purchased a theme from this point on or earlier, then the URL to download your theme was seydoggy.cartloom.com. Now you'll notice that this is not seyDesign, it's seyDoggy, and we don't have the rights to use this name. So in 2014 we changed this to seyDesign. So if you go back in your records, you go back in your email, you find your original download links, you click on them and they don't work, chances are this is why. And all you need to do is just change this from seyDoggy to seyDesign. So just change this to seyDesign and you should be good to go. If for whatever reason you make that change and it's still not working, you're getting an error, no problem, just get in touch with us and we'll take care of everything. We'll issue you a new download link if we need to. So again, you've figured out if you're going to be affected in most cases. You've found out how to get the version of the theme that is on your computer. You've compared that with the list to see if you're completely up to date or not. If for whatever reason you're not and you need to get the latest version, then you can use your original download link. And if that's not working, you can make this adjustment. Now let's say, for example, that you can't find your original download link. Not a problem. If you visit the seyDesign order lookup form, and I'll give you that URL here. So if you go to seyDesign.com/lookup. This is the order lookup form for all seyDesign products. So you'll notice on that page that the first form, the first section, is it asks for an invoice number. And a lot of times you may not know the invoice number, but that's not a problem because on that page there's a tab that says Retrieve Order History. If you click on that tab, the only thing it asks you for is an email address. So if you've purchased seyDesign themes under several different email addresses, you'll need to submit your email or each email to get an entire, list of all the products that you've purchased. But click on this Retrieve Order History tab, put in your email, and this will work even if you've purchased like the Mac Update promo bundles that we've been participating in the past few years. It'll work even then. Just make sure you enter the email address that you used when you purchase that bundle or whenever you purchase a seyDesign theme, and we'll send you a complete order history, and it'll include your original download links, and there'll be the updated download links that you can use. So again, just to sum this up real quick for you, there was a CDN in use with seyDesign themes that we've decided to retire at the end of this month, December 31st, 2014. If you purchased a theme in 2014 or in 2011, then in most cases you should be fine. You shouldn't need to do anything. I still recommend double checking your theme version and making sure, and double checking your sites to make sure that they're using the latest files. If you purchased a theme in 2012 and 2013 and you haven't updated your themes and you haven't republished your websites since then in most cases you'll need to update those themes and republish those websites to make sure that they're working correctly when the shutdown occurs. So again, you can find out the version of the theme on your computer by going to seyDesign.com, go to the Frequently Asked Questions section, and you'll see a question there showing you how you can determine the version of the theme on your computer. Then you want to visit our documentation portal. You'll see very prominently on that page the seyDesign CDN questions. It'll list all the affected seyDesign themes, what we've updated them to, and you can compare that with the version that you have installed. If you've discovered that you need to update your theme, you can use your original download links. If for whatever reason you don't have your original download links, you can look them up here. And again, if you have your original download links from like 3 or 4 years ago and you click on the link and it's not working, it's most likely because the URL was using seydoggy. So as I mentioned before, just change the seydoggy portion to seyDesign and you should be good to go. So I think that wraps up the most common questions that we're seeing right now about the seyDesign CDN shutdown occurring at the end of this month. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comments below and we'll be happy to help out. Thanks very much. I appreciate your time.